Welcome to LiftRight Academy. In today's lesson, we will learn how to read and use a crane range diagram. The range diagram is one of the most important tools used during lift planning. Let's get started. What is the purpose of a crane range diagram? A range diagram is used to determine the boom length required for a lift. If you know the working radius and the required lifting height, you can use the range diagram to determine the boom length necessary to perform the lift safely. The radius is measured from the center of crane rotation to the center of the hook block. The lifting height is measured from the ground to the boom tip. Once the required boom length has been determined, you can then consult the crane load chart using the boom length and radius to verify whether the crane has sufficient capacity to lift the load. Let's take a closer look at the crane range diagram. The horizontal axis represents the crane radius. The vertical axis represents the maximum hook height. This area represents the boom length. These curved lines represent different boom lengths. Each curve corresponds to a specific boom configuration. Now, let me demonstrate how to use the range diagram with a practical example. Assume the radius from the center of crane rotation to the center of the hook block is 20 meters. Next, let's determine the required vertical height. We have 19 meters for the platform height, 1.5 meters for the load height, 1.5 meters for the sling height, 1 meter for the hook height, 2 meters for safety clearance, and 1 meter for anti-2 block limit switch clearance. Adding these values together gives a total vertical height of 26 meters. Before proceeding, take note that range diagrams may be presented differently. In some crane manuals, the boom curves start from the boom tip. In others, the boom curves start from the maximum hook height. For this lesson, we will use the range diagram where the curves start from the maximum hook height. To obtain the maximum hook height, we must subtract the hook height and the anti-2 block clearance from the total vertical height. That is 26 meters minus 1 meter for the hook height minus 1 meter for the anti-2 block clearance. This gives us a required hook height of 24 meters. Now let's determine the boom length. First, locate the working radius. Our required radius is 20 meters. Next, locate the hook height. Our required hook height is 24 meters. The point where these two lines intersect represents our lifting requirement. This point must fall on or below a boom length curve. Let's identify the curve that satisfies this requirement. By comparing the intersection point with the boom length curves, we can see that it falls between the 35.8 meter curve and the 31.3 meter curve. Since the crane cannot be configured with a boom length shorter than the required reach, we must select the next available boom length. Therefore, the required boom length is 35.8 meters. After determining the required boom length and radius, the next step is to consult the crane load chart to verify the crane's available lifting capacity. Remember, a range diagram only helps determine the required boom length. It does not confirm whether the crane can safely lift the load. Never approve a lift using the range diagram alone. You now know how to read and use a crane range diagram. In the next lesson, I will show you how to use the boom length and radius obtained from the range diagram to select the correct crane capacity from the crane load chart. If you found this lesson helpful, please subscribe to LiftRight Academy, like this video and share it with your colleagues. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.